Welcome to the Lazarus Pit. Hashtag nerds chatting. Thanks for tuning in.
Welcome everybody to the Lazarus Pit Pod comic book review, monthly comic review. My name is Nathan. With me as ever is my friend Ben.
Hello.
Today we are going to be reviewing our favourite comics of June 2016. So June's over. Today is the last of June.
June's done.
So this is our video, but we're also going to be recording it as a podcast. Good. Right. So well, we've both bought a lot of comics this month. Ben particularly has bought a lot of comic books this month. Ben, haven't you?
Yeah.
But we've picked our, I'm going to say, favourite three.
Yeah.
But two of my threes are a collection of comics.
You suck. Okay, go on then.
So I've actually got 5 comics for DC Rebirth. So we've talked at length about the DC Rebirth this month.
Yeah, we have.
We've got 3 pods about it. If you're interested in what we really think about everything we've got on there, head over to Podbean or iTunes, Lazarus Pit Pod, and you'll find our Rebirth waves 1, 2, and 3 that came out this month. So I've got 3 main ones that I want to talk about.
Yes.
Superman number 1.
Yes.
Not the Rebirth. Batman number 1. Not the Rebirth.
Definitely not the Rebirth Batman. No.
And Green Lantern Rebirth one shot.
Yes. Good.
We've talked about, again, I'm not going to talk too much about this. Ben, would you agree those 3 in particular are super awesome? Even this one which you think is not particularly super awesome, this Superman number 1.
Right. Now, I even caught some flack about this on Twitter yesterday.
You did,
now
yeah,
listen, I like the story and I like some of the splash panels.
Yep.
But I just think that the majority of the artwork is not good. I'm sorry, but there you go.
I completely understand what you're saying. I completely get it. It's hard lines.
Thank you, Nathan.
Some of it
Thank
is
you.
not particularly not lifelike.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I loved it. This shot here, where you get the Justice League Trinity turning up, you've got Batman and Wonder Woman, and they look behind them to look up at Jonathan in the window, and they're all in shadow, and they're quite scary actually. And that's because you've got this 10-year-old boy.
I understand it's done. It's done to
13, 12?
It's done to freak the kid out.
Yeah.
I just think it looks a bit weird.
Green Lantern, again, I wanted to mention it because I love Green Lantern.
Yes.
I think it's fantastic, and I think this is a great reintroduction to the character.
Yeah.
Characters.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a buddy cop series, and it's great, and this was a great introduction.
And it's great.
It's really
good.
And it resets it, like the Rebirth one shots were supposed to be the status quo. They were like, this is how it is.
Yeah.
And not all of them achieved that. Go back and listen to our pods to have a listen to what we thought about
No.
But this one in particular, I think did.
I love the fact that they sort of don't trust each other, and then Hal turns up. He's like, "Hey, you are the Green Lanterns," and he's got some kind of lantern battery merging power. All of a sudden now
so
they've
they
only
have
got
to
one.
work together.
They have to work together because they can only charge their rings one at a time.
But it also brings in the Red Lanterns. So yeah, it's just great.
It's
Great,
very
stuff.
good.
Good
Very
artwork. Really interesting characters. Yeah. It was exactly what I wanted from a Green Lantern comic.
If the artwork in that Superman comic you just talked about was as good as this,
Yeah.
I'd love it. But it's not.
That's fine.
This is the complete and utter opposite of the Rebirth one shot they did for Batman.
Yes, they
which
did,
was not good. Again, go back and listen to our first wave Rebirth podcast to look at that, hear about that. But this one was brilliant. So this is Tom King takes over at this point, and it's being drawn by David Finch and inks by Matt Banning, and colours by some other people as well. And a self-contained Batman story.
Oh, it's fantastic.
That starts, something terrible happens, Batman has to completely spring into action. Clark's dead, sort of. So he knows he's got to jump on top of a plane and stop it from crashing into Gotham Plaza and land it in the Bay of Gotham. And probably he's going to die whilst doing it. He doesn't even hesitate. He uses this new Robin fellow, who I always forget his name, Duke, to help him with some trajectory stuff.
He rides the plane like a horse.
He rides the plane like a horse. Alfred says, "Congratulations, sir. You've built your own
new
Batplane,
yeah.
or Batwing." And it's just like, that's fucking brilliant.
Yeah. If you lost the last page and a couple of panels of the last page, it would be a self-contained, perfect little Batman story.
Yeah.
And then the last pages then make it.
The last page
they
is-
evolve the story into the new.
I am Gotham. This is Gotham Girl.
Yeah.
This is our city. We're here to save it. And Batman's like, "Oh no, you didn't." But it's good. It's really good. That's where it ends. So it'll be issue 2 will be out a couple of weeks, I think.
Yes, I think so. We can talk about that together.
We can talk about it together because it's Civil War 2 issue 1.
Which is on my list.
Excellent.
Yep. Great. We talked about it today.
We did. We did a Civil War 2 Early Thoughts podcast earlier on today. Bear in mind, this like issue 0, and then this one, and then another one, and that's all there have been from the main story arc, basically.
So there's been issue 0, which was here's the things that here's the origin of Ulysses.
Yeah.
This, which is the origin of the start of the story.
Yeah.
And then there's been a Free Comic Book Day, which is kind of in the middle of this comic.
They jump around in the timeline quite a bit, and they do that actually in the
tie-ins.
the tie-ins. They're
Right.
jumping around all over the shop, but it all does make sense because the one thing that is like the fixed points in time are the attack that happens in this,
Yes.
and then the Free Comic Book Day attack of Thanos,
Yes.
where he kills Jim Rhodes. This is a great comic book.
Yes.
So it's written by Brian Michael Bendis, who is brilliant.
Yeah, he's
I think we
excellent,
can
yeah.
all agree he
Yeah.
is absolutely brilliant. The artist is David Marquez, and the color artist is Justin Ponza. Like you said, I think earlier on today, some of the coloring
The
guys.
reds and stuff in there at the end.
Yeah, it's just some amazing stuff.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, brilliant.
It's brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. The story itself, as well, for me, seems bigger scale to the first Civil War.
Yes.
Because they're dealing with, changing the future or leaving the future to sort of play out as it is, and the potential impact they can have are not just Earth-based. We're going to sign a registration document, or we're not. It's we're going to stop a massive interplanetary invasion from a being that in the future could actually work out to be our friends if we let everything play out as it is. These people could come along and they could cure cancer with their technology, or they couldn't because we stopped them.
Yeah.
And it's stuff like that. It's like, oh Jesus, that's really good. It's really, really good. And I really, really liked it. It was a really strong opening. Issue 2 wasn't as good, but I think it was. I think it had big shoes to fill after this one. So it was really good. And something I actually really enjoyed was that it actually told you who some of these people were.
Yes,
that's
Marvel do
one
that
of the
quite
things that Civil War didn't do for me.
Okay.
Because I was seeing who these people were. Everyone was like, jumping in and talking and stuff like that. I was
Yes.
like, oh, I don't know who that is. This one, it's like, well, here you've got Scarlet Witch and Hellstrom and Dr. Voodoo and Wiccan Shaman. It's like, oh, okay, so we're actually getting an idea of who these people are.
They've in recent years they've definitely learned that that's a thing they have to do, and I see them do that a lot now.
That's good,
Yeah.
because there's so many characters that you can just lose them all.
Beautiful artwork. The dialogue in it is classic Bendis dialogue.
Snappy.
Yeah. It's good. Yeah,
Works
really, really
for
good.
Stark, doesn't it? Yeah. I'm going to give it a thumbs up.
Thumbs up. All that thumbs up.
Okay, I have a Civil War tie-in, which is Totally Awesome Hulk, number 7. So this is after issue 2 of the main Civil War run. It ends with, the Hulk is going to kill everyone, basically, and go crazy. And this one picks up straight after that. Bruce Banner is no longer the Incredible Hulk. He doesn't have the gamma radiation in his body, so he cannot change. And there are a couple of scenes in this comic book, a couple of panels, where you think, normally, when he's put in this situation, he would change. For example, this is one, I'll be zoomed in on this. This is one where you think, oh God, oh no, it's going to happen. And he's like, it didn't happen. So, loses control a little bit.
Okay.
Goes off sort of testing his limits.
Right.
And Stark sort of tells him at the end, it's like, you might be trying to kill yourself. You need to stop.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
And it's brilliant because when he's not the Hulk, he doesn't know who he is anymore.
Right.
And
because for so long that's been his identity.
Yeah, and he's completely broken, and he breaks down in this, and he's raging at Stark, and Stark's trying to help. He's like, Bruce, I'm trying to help you. And he's in Vegas gambling everything, and everyone knows who he is, and they've cleared the casino, and they've cleared like a 1 mile block, and it's brilliant. It's really, really good. This is probably one of the best tie-ins I've read.
Okay.
It's that good. Everyone should read that. Thumbs up. Boom. Move
Okay.
on.
Well, I've only got one comic left, and I see that you have 4 left on the table. So if you want to maybe just very quickly talk about this one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Vote Loki. I saw this the other day, and I actually didn't pick it up on my trip into Final Frontier on the Wednesday. I went back in on the Thursday and picked it up, and it's Vote Loki. It's a limited run. Loki shows up and stops a load of Hydra agents in the middle of what looks like a presidential debate between Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton.
Right. Okay.
And now there's suddenly a load of
The lie.
Suddenly there's a load of social media clamour for Loki to run for president.
Brilliant.
And it's just brilliant. It's so very clever. It's unbelievable.
Are so drawing him as Tom Hiddleston.
Oh God, yeah.
He is now. That's how he looks.
He's slightly different actually in the actual book itself. He's a little bit more, he's got like 5
Stubbly.
o'clock shadow. He's
Yeah,
a bit more grizzled, stuff like that. But it's good. Everyone should pick this up and have a read because you won't be disappointed. It's a lot of fun. Thumbs up.
Great. My final comic for the favourite comic of the month is Lazarus issue 22.
Oh God, spoilers!
Been waiting a long time for this comic because it's been on hold for a little while. It's a new story arc starting, but it carries on with all the stuff from before.
Good.
I've never read, there's only 22 issues. I haven't read an issue of Lazarus that hasn't been superb.
I have to agree with that, and I'm way behind you.
Yeah.
But they're all really, really good.
Written by Greg Rucka and drawn by Michael Lark. Is it Michael Lark?
Yeah.
Yes, it is Michael Lark.
Greg Rucka, man, is so good.
It's so real in a fantasy world. And I say fantasy, it's a future world. So the idea is it's kind of post-apocalyptic to some degree. The world is run by families now.
Yeah.
And when you go to a new location, you get this little text box that says population, family 1 or 2, serf, and then so they're like all the servants and the scum, really, the normal people, so we say. And if you haven't read any Lazarus before, the story rolls around. Each of these families has a Lazarus. That is their sort of leader in their soldiers. They're all their security guard, ultimate warrior, the soldier, a ninja. They're the best of the best.
General of their armies, soldier.
Exactly.
Ninja,
They're used in
they
so
are
many
everything.
different guises.
Black ops leaders.
Exactly.
that kind of thing.
And
And every family has a Lazarus.
Yes, they do. Yeah.
And some like others. Some like each other more than others do. And
Well,
some
because
don't
all
like each other at all.
all the different families have different alliances between them.
Yeah.
In the same way that worlds do. Countries do now.
It's like a futuristic Cold War almost, isn't it?
Yeah. And where we're at the minute, there is actually a war going on. So something's happened to spark off this war. The leader of one of the families is very poorly, and some of the children have had to step in. And
Some of those children might be scumbags.
and there's all this intrigue as to who do you trust and who you don't trust, and it's just a great comic, and I've always loved it, and I've been waiting for this for a long time.
It's been a hiatus, has it, for how long?
Yeah, a little while. I'm not totally sure how long.
Probably was Greg Rucka's doing some other stuff for Rebirth, Wonder Woman,
maybe, yeah. But it keeps you guessing, and it's surprising how it keeps you guessing. There are certain things that happen and you go, and it's really good.
Wow.
It's really, really good at that. It genuinely is very good at making you sort of think, it must be this,
Right.
And then it's not that, or even if it does the obvious thing, it's in a nicely surprising way. I don't want to spoil too much about it because you haven't read it too much. I just recommend everyone go and read it. Now we've pushed everyone in the world that we know to go and read Ben's comic over here, which is coming up in a second. But I would recommend a much smaller level of reading on this one. There's only 22 issues out. If you haven't read any of Lazarus, and it's not because we're Lazarus Pit Pods, it's nothing to do with that. But Lazarus, just a great comic. Go out and pick up the trades now and start reading it.
Yeah,
It's
I'm
good.
picking up the trades. I've got the first 2. I've read, I think, the first 2 lots from you as well, but I'm going to keep it going. I love it.
It's superb, and I'm so glad I had it come through, and I would love it to be made into a TV series or a movie. You could make a movie out of it. You could. It would be a better TV series of an HBO or an AMC, something like that.
HBO, I guess.
I don't know, because AMC do violence, but they don't do sort of swearing or sex too much, and that's kind of this, really.
Okay.
It's quite violent in places, but it's real because it's brutal and it's wartime.
Fair enough.
But yeah, so that's it. Lazarus. That's my thumbs up for
Thumbs
Lazarus.
up. Right.
What's the last one you got?
Well, as anyone who watches these videos or listens to our podcast will know, we have been banging the drum about Invincible for a long time.
Yeah.
So this month, I finally got up to date. I finished the second compendium. I finished all the trade paperbacks, and then that led me that I needed to get issue 127, 128, and 129 of Invincible. So I finally caught up with all of those this month, and I was not disappointed in any way, shape, or form.
Well, I was. I love it.
Oh, were you?
Yeah, but I love it.
Oh my God, what were you disappointed about?
That the artist has gone back to Corey
Walker. Yeah, okay. So that is the one problem I guess I would have with it. Other than that, I love it because the story is there.
There's nothing wrong with his artwork. In fact, his artwork's pretty damn good. It's certainly damn good. It's just not Ryan Otley's artwork, which is so amazing.
If anything, what he's done, he's trying to match Ryan Otley's artwork a bit more than he did in the early days.
Because he was the first 6 issues, wasn't he?
Corey Walker developed Invincible with Robert Kirkman.
Right.
and started drawing it.
It's creator owned. He's one of the co-creators of the characters.
But now Ryan Otley does the majority of the drawing. He's taken a step back, but I think he's coming back,
Right.
which will be good.
Well, there was a hiatus, wasn't there? There was a period where there wasn't any comics for a while.
Yeah. And then it came out 127, 128, 129.
Yes, and it was almost like a sales gimmick to some degree. Like, Corey Walker's coming back, yay, and I get it. But for me, it was just I want my Ryan Otley back.
You want Ryan Otley back?
Where is he?
Okay, fine. Invincible 129 has an amazing last couple of panels.
Yes, it does. Yeah.
And the last page itself is just brilliant. I know a couple of our followers and listeners and friends of our show, King Bruno Baraffi and Pow Science, I think a couple of others.
Comic Guy, maybe?
Yeah, I think so. SLA Gaming. I think are picking up Invincible, so I don't want to spoil it for them. All I can say is that you won't be disappointed in where the story goes, because it is just so good. And like you said before, it's scrubbed out being the best superhero comic in the universe. It's just changed it now to the best comic book in the universe.
Yeah.
And it is that good. It is basically that good.
There are moments in it that are truly heartbreaking, and I don't say that very often about media and content. I normally watch something quite passively and read stuff quite passively. But Invincible has moments in it where I just go, oh my god, I need to take a break from life right now. I need to just go and have a pause, have a cup of tea outside or something, because really,
scream into a pillow for about 5 minutes.
And maybe we're overblowing it, maybe we're overhyping it, but it's great.
It's found something in us, or we found something in it that we can relate to, which is a bit odd to say when it's about aliens and it's about superheroes and stuff like that.
To be fair, I have had to struggle to stop knocking buildings down with my superpower.
Well, I'm not surprised, yeah. Is your superpower rage? Okay, let's wrap it up.
Yeah.
But basically, 127, 128, 129. 129 came out this month. Thumbs up for all of them. They're brilliant.
Great
I love
comics.
them.
Thanks very much for listening and watching, everybody. If you've been on, like I said, if you've been on Podbean or iTunes and you want to see the full picture, head over to YouTube, type in Lazarus Pit Pod, and you'll find the video for this for June. Otherwise, all that's left for me to say is thanks very much for listening. My name has been Nathan. This has been Ben.
Do you not want me to social media it?
Oh, we should do the social media.
Facebook.com/Lazarus Pit Pod. Twitter.com/Lazarus Pit Pod, Instagram/Lazarus Pit Pod, and as I said, like this video, subscribe to our channel, share this video with everyone, and thanks very much. Bye.
Bye.